everyone, welcome back. I wanted to show you the 4 orchids that I got at the store the other day, but first I wanted to tell you a little story. I think some of you can relate to this. I went to the store the other day with every intention of purchasing orchids for my coworker because I wanted her to have like a little surprise when she comes back from vacation, and unfortunately, her other orchids that I gave to her did not survive. They're currently suffering from crown rot. So, I mean, I think they're still alive, but anyway. Fast forward, I was at the store and I wanted to buy her a Phalaenopsis orchid to replace the last one. But when I was standing in front of the orchid section, I saw all these Oncidium Alliance orchids, and I forgot that I was supposed to be in there to buy my coworker an orchid. So I purchased 4 orchids for myself, 3 of which are part of the Oncidium family, and then 1 is a Papillopetalum orchid. So I did go with very good intention, but I left with not so good intention. I think some of you guys will be able to relate to this story that I have. So anyway, fast forward to today. Here we are with 4 orchids for me and nothing for my coworker. I think I'm gonna have to go back and get her something. I'm just kind of afraid that when I go back, the same thing's gonna happen. I'm going to fall in love with an orchid and get one for myself, and then forgot that I'm supposed to get one for her. But here is the first orchid that I got. This is, I believe, the Bellera Lunatic Fringe Ike's Yikes orchid. It is not a very good name for the orchid. I don't really like the name, but it's gorgeous. Look at all these patterns on it. This is a part of the Oncidium family, and I don't know why, I just love the flowers. Like I said, I love all the Oncidium orchids. It's not that big, but it's not that small either, and it's gorgeous. Look at how large the lip is. This one is actually still trying to open, so it's in the process of opening. This lip is completely open, as you can see. All the spots are so gorgeous, and I have to say I really love this orchid. I thought there was a fragrant, but there isn't. I think I was just smelling something that wasn't there. And then here is my Papillopetalum orchid. I think he is about to wilt and drop his flower. I think he's been in the store for a while. I'm not sure if I can focus. He's so bright. He's just a simple green. I gave him 2 little bows right here to tie him up because the flower clip that was on him before was pinching him. Right here you can see sort of he didn't really like it. I had to repot this guy and all of the other guys that I got from the store because I saw a little sign of white mold, and I didn't want it to spread over all the plants. I have a lot of plants that are in my greenhouse. And there was another one at the store that was like this short, and he was already in bloom. I loved him because he's such a shorty, and I can relate to that. But the reason why I got this one, and I think, where is it? There it is. There's a new growth right there. And I'm really excited about the new growth because these guys do take quite a while to grow. So having a new growth is always good. So there it is. And next up, I had the most problem with this orchid. This is the Oncidium Sherry Baby Red Fantasy Orchid. I did not know this was a Sherry baby at all. I just picked her up because she was pretty. And this spike has not bloomed yet, so she has no fragrance on this side, but on this side she does smell wonderful. Let's do a close-up shot of her flower. So there you can see she's so small, little dancer. She's a dark red on the top, and then it's kind of slightly red and purplish on the bottom, but she's wonderful. And I think this is the plant that I had the most issue with, actually, because she was so huge. I mean, she's extremely big. She was in a 4-inch pot, and when I pulled her out of her pot, she was full of roots. I think it was basically all roots and almost no media at all. So she was all cramped in there. She's been in there for a while, and I did what I actually do not like doing, but I felt like that was the solution for me. Was I had to trim her roots. Her roots were actually really healthy, but unfortunately I had to trim half of her roots off because I could not even fit her into a 5-inch pot. So she had to be trimmed and taken care of, cleaned up, etc. But now I'm hoping that she'll bloom and she'll look wonderful. Chances are their blooms aren't going to last as long as before I repotted her, but I had to do it. I didn't want to have any of the mold that was hanging around in the pot. And I'm hoping that she'll be happier in this bigger pot with less of the roots and more media. Let's move on to this girl. I cannot find out what she is. I don't know what her name is. And there are so many orchids out there that looks like her with different names. I thought maybe she was a Bellara, I'm not sure how to say that one. But looking at her lip right here, it's not as big as those in that family, and it seems to be like curved inwards. So if you guys know what this orchid is called, let me know, because I really would like to at least give her a name. I don't like to have my orchids with no names. I know that there are people who just would rather have it as a no ID or annoyed orchid. I'm not going to enter her into any show, so it's not a big problem for me. I just want to have something to call her by. But she is so beautiful and I love her. I'm just kind of bothered by I can't find out what she is. Alrighty, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.